right, we're going to continue our study of matrices. In this section, we're going to look at adding and subtracting matrices, as well as what's called scalar multiplication. So to add or subtract matrices, the matrices must be of the same order. What, if you remember, order refers to the size, the dimension. So you could add a 2 by 3 to another 2 by 3, but you can't add a 2 by 3 to a 3 by 2. And then what you do is you add or subtract corresponding entries, corresponding elements. And it's really that simple. So let's say I had a matrix 3, -6, 8, 5, and I wanted to add that to a second matrix that was 0, -5, 2, 1. Okay, so the first thing I would want to do is say, are they the same size? And 2 by 2, 2 by 2, yes. So I can add them. And then what I do is I just add the matching spot. So I add the 3 and the 0, that gives me 3. I add the -6 and the -5, that gives me -11. I add the 8 and the 2, that's 10. I add the 5 and the 1, that's 6. And that's it. That's all there is to it. Likewise, if I wanted to take these same two and I wanted to subtract them, then I would just subtract the matching spots. So, they're the same size. So 3 minus 0, that's 3. -6 minus -5, well, remember, minus -5 is plus 5. So -6 plus 5 is -1. 8 minus 2 is 6. 5 minus 1 is 4. Okay? And, especially with that, like that negative, you could, if you wanted to, instead of saying I'm going to subtract, to say, let's change this to an add, and I'm going to change all my signs there. Sorry about that. So I could change my signs, and then I could go into adding. And what that brings us to is the other thing we wanted to mention here, and that was scalar multiplication. And a scalar is just a number. So what you're going to do is you're going to multiply all elements by the scalar. So if you had 1/2 and then a matrix, what you would do is you just multiply everybody by 1/2. So 1/2 of -6 is -3. 1/2 of -2, or 1/2 of 2 is 1. 1/2 of 0 is still 0. 1/2 of 11 is 11 over 2. 1/2 of 4 is 2. 1/2 of -7/2, or -7 is -7/2. So there you go. You just multiply. You could kind of say you distribute. I want to say distribute, but because that's something else. But kind of you basically do that. You spread it through, multiply it through. So that is adding, subtracting, scalar multiplication. And then you can combine these. You could say, what is 2 times 3, -1, 6, 8, 0, 4, minus 3 times 11, 2, -7, 8, 5, 1. So I wanted to combine this expression. Well, what I can do is do my scalar multiplication. So I'm going to multiply through. So 6, -2, 12, 16, 0, 8. And then I have a choice here. Do I want to multiply through by 3, or would I prefer to do this by -3 and change this to an addition? And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to change this to an addition, and I'm going to multiply -3. And that way I don't have to change all the signs as I'm going. I'll just do them all at one time right now. So positive 21, negative 24, negative 15, and negative 3, and then I can just add with what I got there. So 6 added to negative 33 is negative 27. Negative 2 added to negative 6, negative 8. 12 added to 21, 33. 16 added to negative 24, that's also negative 8. 0 added to negative 15, negative 15. And 8 added to negative 3 is 5. And there you go. So that is adding and subtracting and scalar multiplication of matrices.